Hello, Christian, YouTuber. What you got for us tonight?
Yes, I can prove to you that our Christian God exists in words, as we all know that He exists within our souls. So that's what I would like to talk about. Do you have any questions on
Well,
that?
I want to not concede that second point, but I'm willing to put a pin in it for now.
Like one at a time, right, Paul?
I,
Okay, go
I
ahead.
don't know. I don't know that God exists, but carry on.
Yeah, go ahead and make your claim or your statement that you want to prove, if you will.
Well, firstly, everybody knows God exists because
No,
God is love.
no, no,
Therefore, He would
no,
reveal Himself to
no,
everybody.
no. Got to stop you. You don't get to just say something, make an assertion, and then run on past it as though we all agree with you because we don't. I don't. When you say everyone knows God exists, I'm going to have to stop you because I disagree with that very first statement. Paul, Genevieve, your
Well,
thoughts on that?
firstly,
Okay, go ahead.
I've already objected. So go ahead.
Okay, objected noted. Go ahead. Finish your statement.
yeah, so God is ultimate truth biblically. Therefore, we reference him for facts as he is the precondition for creaturely intelligibility. So, an example of a fact is for us to identify ourselves to be creaturely slash limited in size, we have to reference that to God as he is ultimate perfection. And
Okay, we
furthermore,
need to pause. We
Okay,
need
if
to pause. You're
Yeah.
throwing out a lot of
there's
words
a
there.
lot to unpack here.
Yeah, let's pause and take one of your many assertions and deal with that. How's that?
Can you start with your definition
not
of
just
truth, please?
assertion,
Sorry?
I'm referencing ultimate truth.
Can you define truth for us, please?
You made an assertion.
Can you define truth
God
for us,
is
please?
truth,
Define truth
So
for us, Paul says.
absolute, eternal, and revelatory.
wait, can you hear me?
God,
Define
Can you
truth
hear the
for
words
us.
I'm
I
saying?
can hear you.
Okay, can you
Yep,
define truth for us, please?
truth is God, as they are
Okay, so if you say
eternal.
truth is God, if you say truth is God, then you can come to no conclusion other than God exists. So this is a very use then you've that's called begging the question. You've put the conclusion in the premises.
It's not.
It's not how.
So,
It is. You can't just say that's not.
See, here's the thing. You can't take this thing, God, and then just define it by things that we know exist. Things like love and things like truth. If you are defining something like truth or love as God and saying that that's why it exists, then you can't. It's just, I feel like you are worshiping your thesaurus more than you are your Bible or your logic or reasoning skill.
please refrain from any slanderous comments. Focus on the arguments, not
Slanderous
my
comments.
personal.
We're trying to
Yeah,
focus on
so
the arguments, but you're using such word salad, we really can't even pick apart what you're saying.
So you
I
didn't give
mean,
me a name to go by, and I'm sorry about that. But can you? So I'm going to give you my definition of truth, and you can tell me where we differ. How about that?
okay.
So truth is that which conforms to reality as adjudicated by predictive power.
And what's your definition of reality?
Reality is that which exists.
Yes, but you have to. What are the adjectives to the noun reality from your perspective?
I don't need adjectives to that which exists.
Yes, reality is a noun, so you have to list the adjectives. So an adjective is a descriptive word. So how do you describe reality as we are in God's reality?
No, because okay, so you just added the word God to it for no good reason.
that
Let's
doesn't make
like
it more
if God is real, God exists. God, if God is real, then my definition of truth includes God. If God is not real, my definition is also still correct, right? That's how we don't smuggle in our assumption at the start. My definition allows for either conclusion. Would you agree?
Can you repeat that last bit?
Sure. My
The
definition
question,
of
your
truth.
last question.
Yeah, my definition of truth is that which conforms to reality as adjudicated by predictive power. And that definition allows for there to be a God or for there not to be a God. And when we use that definition, we can have an honest quest to see whether God exists or not. If you use your definition, then we can't come to either conclusion. We can only come to the God conclusion. And that's a problem with your definition.
Your response to me presupposed our Christological God as God is ultimate truth because he is absolute, eternal, and revelatory. So to put this into perspective, For a particular to be eternal has to be all powerful to sustain their own existence. To be all
No,
powerful, you have to be
you're
all
you just
knowing.
Can you
And I
demonstrate this with
keep
examples in nature?
you keep making assertions as though we have to agree because I could just as easily say I like butter pecan ice cream, so therefore that butter pecan ice cream is God and it's creamy and delicious and sweet. And I'm starting to use all these words that you use in a different framework. And you can't just assert something like that and make it true because it's something you want to be true. You're not giving us any
there's nothing
evidence that what you're asserting is true.
there's nothing wrong with what I said, as God is a brute fact. So you're actually making an assertion that you
no,
can't back
no, but
up.
so
Your
actually, you're
Sir,
not.
your statement that God is a brute fact is an assertion. Do you not see that?
No, it's a brute fact. There's a
No,
difference
so,
between an assertion and a brute fact.
but I will equally say energy is eternal. That is a brute fact in my worldview.
That's impossible.
What? No, it's a brute fact.
I can explain why. Only God can be a brute fact, as his irreducible attributes are fundamental to his existence. So
If
energy
God's
slash matter is dimensional with height, depth, and width.
No, it's
It is
not.
contingent on
No,
parts.
no, it is not. Energy
It is.
scientists do not accept in any way that energy need be temporal or it occupies space. That is not something that is generally settled.
I said that it's three-dimensional.
No, that's what I meant by spatial, three-dimensional. We're using the same words.
Yeah. And because we occupy space, our physical vessels are three-dimensional.
We
So it's
do, but
irreducibly complex.
Okay.
okay, so
I'll
you're trying to define God existence. You're not understanding that declaring a brute fact doesn't make a brute fact correct. I don't know where to go from here if you're
I
just going to try and
I
define it.
think we need a lot of dressing for this word salad, and it's not tasting very good to me because of that. It's a little bland and it's not going down well. I think you just want to hear yourself talk and you don't seem to want to engage.
No,
Yeah, yeah, I think
no,
so. Yeah, I think so. No, I think just because you say something doesn't make it true. So we're gonna need to let you
I'm taking the
go
truth.
because this is going nowhere and you're
Dodging, are you
not.
dodging?
No, oh
Are you
yeah, I'm
dodging?
dodging. Yeah, I'm running from you because you've got ultimate truth and you've got God. So I'm gonna run because I'm scared. Okay, bye.
So begging
That
the
was a
question
waste of
fallacy.
time.
Yeah, he's basically just every statement was begging the question.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's no, yeah,
it
that's
Uh,
not an
re-
argument.
reminds
That's,
me.
I saw in the chat he's been banned from most channels. I thought we would
oh, I
entertain him
see.
for a while. He's called in before. I recognize the voice, and it's impossible to communicate with people like that. They don't really want to have a conversation.
It reminds
Hey,
me of
well,
Michael Scott declaring bankruptcy.
yeah, yeah. I declare my bankruptcy. He doesn't
But
understand that's not
that's
how it
not how
works.
it works.
Or Trump declaring declassified.
Mhm.
Oh, oh,
Same thing. Same thing.
dear.